Hey, mama, let me paint a picture for you real quick. Picture this. It's 5 o'clock. Your baby, your toddler, your babes, they are fussy. You're running on maybe 5 cups of coffee and 2 hours of sleep or 6 hours of sleep. That's very inconsistent. It's very intermittent. And you're standing in front of your fridge thinking, what on earth are we going to eat tonight? What in God's name am I going to make for dinner? And listen, I've been there too, and it's not fun. That is a horrible feeling. You're like, I cannot deal with this. The stress, the decision fatigue, the feeling like you should have it all figured out, but you're really just piecing together snacks and leftovers. You're calling in takeout. You're like, screw it, I don't even care anymore. Call it in. But here's the good news. Meal planning, it doesn't have to be overwhelming. In fact, when you keep it simple, it can free up your mental energy. How awesome is that? It can help you feel nourished and actually make evenings so much smoother. And today I'm going to share my simple 3-step meal planning system designed specifically for busy postpartum moms. This is the exact system I use for myself and what I teach my clients. And I promise you, it's not about spending hours in the kitchen or creating this Pinterest perfect plan. It's about making mom life significantly easier. So grab a notebook and pen, let's dive in. Feeling exhausted, overwhelmed, and like you've lost yourself in the postpartum chaos, struggling to rebuild your strength, heal your core, and feel confident in your body again? Hey mama, I'm Val, a functional sports dietitian, postpartum fitness coach, and a mama who understands exactly what you're going through. Welcome to the Strong and Nourished Mama podcast, where I help busy moms like you regain your energy, rebuild strength, and feel amazing through simple, science-backed nutrition and fitness strategies. If you're ready to go from depleted to strong, nourished, and unstoppable, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Welcome back to the Strong and Nourished Mama podcast. I am Val Warner, your host, functional sports dietitian, postpartum fitness coach, and a mom who gets just how busy and exhausting this season of life can feel. Okay, I totally get it. I am there in the trenches with you. My toddler is not sleeping right now. She's going to bed great. I'm loving it. But then she's waking up at midnight or 2 a.m. and that has been a struggle. So I totally understand how hard and exhausting this season can feel. And my mission here is to give you practical, simple strategies so that you can feel strong, you can feel nourished, you can feel energized in your motherhood journey throughout all the many different chapters and without adding more stress to your plate. I just want to read a quick review because your feedback means so much to me and it helps the podcast reach even more moms. This is from another mama, Make Meal Prep Less Daunting. And this fits so much with today's episode. The mama said, I love the relaxed nature of this podcast. She really takes the stress out of meal planning and prepping, and I love that she gives bite-sized steps to make it doable for any busy person. Thank you so much, Mama, for leaving that amazing review. It truly means the world to me to hear how this show is helping you and helping all of the mamas out there. If you're listening to this and you're enjoying the podcast, I would totally appreciate for you to take 30 seconds out of your very, very busy day. I know how busy you are, Mama, to leave a quick review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast. Leave a 5-star review, take a screenshot, share it with me. I want to see, and tag me on Instagram. This truly helps more moms like you find this show. It helps with the podcast growing, and it just means the world to me. I love to see what you guys think about the podcast. All right, let's get back into today's episode where I'm going to be sharing my simple 3-step system to make meal planning stress-free. I often hear this from my clients. Meal planning feels impossible. It is impossible. I don't even want to think about it, especially with kids in sports, after school activities, or just the chaos that happens between 4 and 7, witching hour, cray time. Dinner time becomes the most stressful part of the day, and moms tell me they end up defaulting to takeout or something that they can just pop in the oven, like a frozen pizza, or just piecing together snacks because there's no plan. And here's the thing, I get it because I have been there too. I know how this feels. Now, for me personally, I've always meal planned and I have always meal prepped just because my work schedule has always been busy, or I've always worked more than one job, but probably not in the way that you might think. I don't eat chicken, broccoli, rice every single day. I don't prep 5 identical meals in advance. And I definitely don't spend all of Sunday in the kitchen cooking, because hell no, that doesn't sound fun to me. And it doesn't sound fun to you either. I do it a little bit differently. And after having my baby girl, I had to adjust my approach even more. Our schedule changed, the demands on my time changed, and I had to find ways to make meal planning fit the new season. And that's what I want to show you today. I want to talk about a way to keep meal planning simple and flexible so it works for you no matter how busy life gets. And we know that life is going to get busy. That's inevitable. Life is going to get busy. Things are always going to change, and we have to embrace that. So why is meal planning so important after having a baby? Why is it important for a postpartum mom? Meal planning in this season isn't about just saving time. Of course, it saves time, and that's awesome. We love that. It's about taking care of yourself so you can take care of your family. Because if you're not taking care of yourself, you're not going to be able to care for your kids and to do all of the things that you're needed to do and the things that you want to do for that matter. And when you don't plan, you plan to fail. So if you don't have a plan, you're literally planning to fail. And I'm not asking you to plan this big, crazy meal plan and spend hours in the kitchen. I'm just talking about having this simple plan, because when you have a plan, you cut down on decision fatigue. No more standing in front of the fridge in the pantry stressed at 5 p.m. No more feeling like, oh my gosh, I should have prepped breakfast because now what am I going to eat? I guess I'll just eat a banana and I have to take the kids to school and then I have to go to work and I'm hungry and I'm just going to be snacking all day. When you have a plan, you fuel your body with balanced meals that actually support healing. They support hormonal health. They support energy. They support your recovery from spending all of that time in the gym. And you actually save money because you're not defaulting to last minute takeout. And that can be pretty pricey. Now, can we plan nights where we're going to go out to eat? Of course, definitely. But we're planning that in. It's not this last minute thing where we're going to order food or do Uber Eats. And the best part of all of this is that this plan doesn't have to be complicated. And I don't want it to be complicated. It just needs to work for you. Let's talk about the 3-step meal planning system that I use and coach my clients through. So step number 1, pick your core meals. Pick your core meals, write it down, put it in your notes and app in your phone. Start by choosing 3 to 4 family favorites you can rotate in week after week. Keep them nutrient dense, keep them simple. Just create a list and maybe you come up with more than 4. And I also want you to think of ways that you can make it more nutrient dense and more nutrient balanced. And I talk about that plenty of times on the show. And this is something that I talk about in my program with moms, especially in the group coaching calls, one-on-ones, and in the different modules, especially when it comes to fueling, of how you can create these nutrient dense meals without it being so much work. For example, in my house, this looks like a sheet pan dinner with some sort of protein, non-starchy veggies, and carbohydrates. So it can easily be like a salmon sheet pan dinner, okay, where you have chopped sweet potatoes, or maybe the medley sweet potatoes, the different colors. You're getting different nutrients with different colors. You chop them up, you put them on the sheet pan, you chop your veggies, you put them on, you put a little bit of oil, depending on the temperature that you're cooking your food. You toss it, you add some spices, and then you put on your protein on top, okay? And then you bake it. Boom, it's done. Maybe it's a crock pot shredded chicken or beef tacos or bowls that I'm making. One pot pasta with veggies and protein. This has been a go-to lately with our busy weeks. And then I really like big salad nights with a protein topper. So the goal isn't variety every single day. The goal is to simplify. Your family won't care if you repeat meals as long as they're tasty, as long as they're filling. They're going to be like, yes, I can't wait to have that again. It's so delicious. And if you need to add in variety, you can, and you can still keep the same meal. So change up the protein, change up the salad, change up the veggies, change up the carbs to add in that variety. So it's still taco night, but you're changing the protein. You have chicken thighs, then you have chicken breast, you have fish, you have shrimp. You can do mahi tacos. You can do, I'm missing a protein. Why am I missing a protein? Oh, beef, duh. beef. You can do so many different types of protein to change it up. Maybe you change up the carbohydrates in that meal. Okay, so you can do this and keep it simple. Lately, I have been getting the salad kits. I've just been getting bag salad, and then I add in extra greens. I love arugula and baby kale, so will add that to it just to add in a little bit more greens. And I use this as a side for any meal that I'm doing. It's quick, it's easy, it comes with everything. Or I will use it as my main meal and then top it with protein. So this is something that I've been doing for my busy weeks and even lunches because I'm still able to get in my colorful plant foods. It's delicious. My family loves it. And it also adds in variety. So number one, pick your core meals. Pick your core meals, talk to your spouse about it, talk to your kids about it, depending on their age. And step two, plan around your reality. Your reality. So this is where most people go wrong. They plan meals that don't match their week. They follow someone on Instagram or TikTok and they try to do what they're doing and they're like, oh my gosh, holy hell, this is like really hard to do. And I'm spending my entire weekend in the kitchen. Like that doesn't sound fun. I want you to look ahead at your schedule. Okay, so this goes with the planning. Look ahead at your schedule. Is there something that goes on every single week for you? Is it changing every single week? What is the schedule? Do you have busy evenings? If you have busy evenings, maybe you plan leftovers or crock pot meals. Maybe if you have nights at home, that's when you try a new recipe and you do a family dinner. This way, your meal plan works with your lifestyle and not against it. And you're not feeling like, oh my gosh, I have to go home and cook all this food, or I'm eating the same meal every single day all week long. Like I'm over this. I want you to remember that meal planning isn't about Pinterest perfection. It is about making your life easier. Okay. Well, that's what we need. That's what we need. My daughter has swim on Tuesdays at 6:30 p.m. So I make sure that I have something already prepared. So we just have to heat it up. Boom, we're done. We don't have to clean up and spend hours, what feels like hours, and then go to swim. Or I have something super easy to make and it's not a lot of cleanup. It's not a lot of mess. It's super easy to do. And then we can eat and then go to swim. Now on these nights, we're eating a lot earlier just so that, of course, my little girl has time to digest before she goes and swims. And then we get home and we can do bath and reading and bedtime, and that is it. So what I've been doing usually is the pasta protein bowls. I've been preparing Monday night for dinner and then having that for Tuesday's dinner. And then usually for Tuesday lunch, I have one of the salads with a protein, or I have like a Kevin's meal that's frozen and I heat it up because it's high protein. It kind of just depends on what's going on for that week. But I always try to make sure that Tuesday is either already prepared or it's a really, really easy dinner with limited cleanup because we have something planned. So number two, plan around your reality. What's going on? Do you have different plans every single week? What is reoccurring each week? This will make it so much easier to plan your meals. Now, step number three, prep just enough. Prep just enough. You don't need a massive 4-hour Sunday prep session. We want meal planning and meal prepping to be flexible. And again, it depends on what your week looks like. So that's why step number two is really planning around your reality. And then step number three, let's prep just enough. Do I need to have some leftovers for lunch? Do I need to make sure that I have a dinner on Thursday night? When are we going out to eat? What are our other plans? So here's what I recommend. Batch cook 1 or 2 proteins to use in different meals. So maybe you put a bunch of chicken breasts with different spices and bone broth in the crock pot. You take it out, you chop it up, you shred it, whatever you want to do. And then you can add this to a variety of different meals. You can add it to your salad. You can make a quesadilla. You can make a chicken sandwich. You can throw it on top of the salad kit that I was talking about. You can make a protein bowl, a burrito. The list is endless with what you can do with these protein sources. Maybe you just stick to one for now and then you add in a second one later. It kind of just depends on how many people you're feeding in your family, how many leftovers you want, and what's going to be working for you. Something else I recommend, wash and chop a few veggies so that they're ready to grab and go. Here's the thing, it's either time or money, okay? If you have the time, get the veggies, wash them, chop them, put them in a container, boom. If you don't have the time, then you probably are going to have to spend a little bit of money to buy them already chopped and prepared so that you're saving time in that area. So it really depends on your week and what's going on. And maybe from week to week, it changes. This week, I can actually chop the veggies, and next week, I'm going to have to buy them, or I'm going to have to get them frozen or canned or whatever works for you. I also want you to think about prepping some easy snacks. Boiled eggs, energy bites, cut up some fruit. Maybe it's protein muffins. I love protein muffins because it can even easily be incorporated into a snack. It's my daughter's pre-breakfast. So she has breakfast today at her school, but she's waking up early. So I'm giving her half of a muffin or a full muffin, depending on how hungry she is. And she has that so she's not angry or going and having low blood sugar before going to school. So the muffins are great for our family. And there can be so many other snacks too. And this is what we talk about more in depth in the program. So that's it. You don't need 15 containers of perfectly portioned food. You're probably going to be sick of that by Wednesday. You just want enough so that you have a head start when the week gets busy. Okay. This week, I actually prepared some Brussels sprouts. I chopped some sweet potatoes and then I did some chicken thighs, and they're all in their own containers, and it has been a lifesaver this week. And I haven't been sick of it either because I'm able to make different meals out of it. So again, you don't have to prep a million meals to make this work. Even just cooking one protein, chopping a few veggies, or having some grab and go snacks ready can make the whole week feel a lot easier. And honestly, I like to make it even simpler for myself. When I'm in the kitchen doing a little prep, I'll throw in some music. My daughter's dancing, she's jamming. I'll mix up an Element electrolyte packet and put it in a fun glass. And it's an easy way to stay hydrated, of course, and energized while I'm cooking. And it doesn't make it boring. And then my daughter's dancing and having fun. Sometimes I'll have her help me chop things with her little fake knife, but she'll help me in the kitchen, which is a lot of fun. And of course, that takes time and patience. So it depends on the day. But this makes it just so much easier. And if you've never tried Element, it's an electrolyte supplement. It's one of my favorites because it actually tastes good. It doesn't have any added sugars. It's a clean ingredient list and they're delicious. And there's so many fun mocktails that you can make out of it. And it will help with hydration. So it's something that you can do during pregnancy, especially postpartum if you're breastfeeding, and then if you're super active. So it's really great for a busy mom. And I've even given my little one a little bit of a packet when she was dehydrated and sick. It's super great to use and have on hand. So I'll drop the link of that in the show notes. So if you do want to try them, you can try it out. Check out that link. And then with your purchase, you'll get a free sample pack. So you'll be able to try all the different flavors. Now, I want to shift into mindset and I want to encourage you to be able to make this work for you. So if we can shift our mindset from, oh my gosh, meal planning takes years. I hate it. I don't want to waste all my day and my whole weekend in the kitchen. I don't want to eat the same thing. Chicken, broccoli, rice sounds, maybe for one meal, but for 5, no thanks. Or it has to be perfect. I want you to switch that to, hey, let's be flexible. Let's have a plan. Let's have a plan that actually fits your schedule. Let's actually give yourself some peace of mind, also giving yourself grace and having fun with it. So meal planning is not about perfection. It's about giving yourself this peace of mind of just knowing that you have something to eat and you're not going to have to rely on takeout, okay? So let's do a quick recap. The 3-step meal planning system that I use is step 1, pick your core meals. Step 2, planned around your reality, and your reality is going to change, mama. Step 3, prep just enough. And that may be some trial and error. A lot of the times we may prep too much or we may not prep enough. So that's just understand that may be some trial and error. Even if all you do this week is pick 3 go-to meals and shop for them, that is a win. Remember, small steps add up, and the more you practice, the easier and faster meal planning becomes. Think of it as self-care. By planning ahead, you're fueling your body, you're reducing stress, you're creating more space to enjoy your evenings with your family. So if meal planning has ever felt overwhelming, know that you don't have to figure it out alone. Inside the Strong, Nourished, and Energized Mom method, I walk you step by step through how to create meal planning and prepping systems that actually fit your life. And it's not a one-size-fits-all template. And so this is something that I actually just talked about with a client in a group coaching call last week about what's going to be working for her and what's going on in her life and how she can fit it into her schedule. You're going to be learning how to fuel your body for energy, recovery, hormone health, gaining muscle, holding onto that beautiful muscle, losing fat mass if that's your goal, without overthinking food. And you're going to have the support and the accountability to stay consistent. I think that's what's really, really important. So this program was designed for moms just like you, busy, juggling kids, juggling work, but juggling life, but who still want to feel strong, nourished, and energized in motherhood. So if you're ready to take the stress out of meal planning and finally feel confident with food again, I would love to invite you into the program. You can find all the details at wellnessbyval.com/program. The link will also be in the show notes. All right, Mama, that is it for today. I'd love for you to screenshot this episode, share it on your Instagram, tag me at wellnessbyval_ in your meal prepping this week so I can cheer you on. And if you try this 3-step system, let me know how it goes. I love hearing your wins. Until next time, stay strong, stay nourished, and stay energized. Bye, guys. Hey, Mama, I hope you loved today's episode. If it resonated with you, would you please take 30 seconds to share it with another mom, a mom who's looking to make healthy eating and exercise easier? Because we need that. And if you haven't yet, I would be so grateful if you could leave a quick review on Apple Podcasts. It truly means the world to me and helps the show reach more amazing moms like you. All right, time to chase my toddler around. Stay strong and nourished, and I will be back on Monday with another episode. Talk soon.